Hello boys, welcome back to a brand new league racing video. Today we have GFL Round France. This round is a special round. We are doing a 35% main race, and before that we are doing a 50% sprint race. After the sprint race we are reversing the top 10. So I hope you guys like this format. These are the standings of the second round. We are leading the championship at the moment in the drivers, and these are the constructor standings for now. After this race they will be different, of course, and I hope we can keep the lead in this race. So let's enjoy the video. So here we are then.
Good luck.
P2 on the grid, on the soft compound tires, 5 red lights out, and away we go. Not a great start off the line here. We secure P2 for the first corner. Sip has a little look down or inside, but he's not far enough alongside to go for a move here. We just stay P2 for now. A lot of carnage in the background, as I think half of the grid spun there, and a lot of carnage in turn 1, and that's just not ideal for that race, but they have to catch up like 2 seconds now to the rest of the grid, as we are trying to stay P2 here, as Sip gets a little bit better exit around that corner. He is looking for inside, but he's just too far to make a move. He spent a little bit of ERS, and Patrick goes a little bit defensive, but we are P1 for lap 1, and Patrick ahead, Sip, Gamap and Wizzy Boy behind us. Now moving on to lap 3 of the sprint race. The order is almost the same, but Gamap overtook Sip, and that is now a threat to us because he is right behind us, right on our tail, and DRS is enabled. We just need to get a good exit around here, and we don't seem to do that this race. We are just struggling on that exit here, and that means Gamap is gonna go around the outside here pretty easily. I decided to let him go for now, because I think it will have an advantage later in this race. If they battle, I can maybe sneak up between one of them and get a good run for P1 in this sprint race. And we just need to stay behind here and fend off Sip. Just stay P3 for now and save for ERS. Then I think we should have a good chance for the win. As you can see there, Gamap is fighting really hard to get that P2. We are not fighting really hard to get that P2 back. We are just staying behind for now, just being smart with our moves and don't lose too much time making them. And he does do that. Yeah, I think he lost a lot of time just by that single move. He lost like 5/10, and now we have a little bit better run on him, but it doesn't seem to work for us now. Moving on to the last lap already. It's only 9 laps in this sprint race, and it's already the last lap, and we are just still right behind these guys. They fought for the entire race. We couldn't have one single move on them, and as you can see, they're pretty bad exits for us as the grip is fading away a little bit. Wizzy Boy goes wide off track there. Bafish, our teammate, now right behind us, but he is a 3-second penalty. Gamap goes for the inside on Patrick here. They dive each other a little bit wide, and I'm going for the switch back here because Patrick is going wide, and we are just around the outside, but no grip around the outside because it's offline. So we are just trying to stay behind now, both flashing, and I'm on 4% as well. So we are trying to make a move here desperately around the outside of Gamap, but I decided to back out a little bit because Gamap went for the move there on Patrick. They touched the wheels a little bit, and we are just staying calm. Maybe they push each other off track, as it happens here. Patrick goes off track by Gamap, and he gets a 3-second time penalty. So that means we have P2 secured, but now trying to go for P1. It's now last corner, everything or nothing, and we dive on the inside of Gamap. He tried to go for the switchback, I think, on Patrick, but we were there on the inside, and that is a P2 for the sprint race for now. I think a decent sprint race. Of course, I couldn't know if I shouldn't let Gamap pass, but he won the sprint race. And now moving on to the race. It's gonna be 5 red lights on, and out they go, starting on the medium compound of tires. And in P9 now, ASG gets a very bad start there on the mediums, and we are now 3 wide going into turn 1. Gamma right behind us, but we decided to stay out of all the trouble that happened there, and we move up from P9 all the way through P5. And yeah, that's just the carnage that happens in these turns. Everyone wants to go for a move on the inside, and we just stayed smart there, go around the outside, out of all trouble, brake a little bit earlier, and just avoid all carnage. As you can see there, Steve, I think, spun out, so that's another place gained, and we are now in P4, and that's a great start to our race. Moving on to lap 4 now, and we are still in P4, right behind EMT and Vaxi right behind us, and as you can see here, a safety car is deployed, lap 4, and I think it's a little bit early to box. As you can see there, our teammate Bavish retired from the session. He had a couple of incidents, and I think he just made some mistakes. Now moving on to the safety car restart. Wizzyboy goes very early there, and I did not expect that, and EMT didn't as well, because I was waiting for him to go, but he didn't go, so now we have a huge back foot of Wizzyboy in P1, and we just need to secure P3 now, move up a little bit through this field, because it's already lap 7, it's 3 laps later since the safety car got deployed, so we need to make some moves. As you could have heard there on the safety car, rain was coming, and the rain is already here. End of lap 7, gallop around our outside EMT boxes. As you can see, there's no turn-in, and maybe EMT did make the right decision there to box, because now we are in trouble of Gamma. Gamma is right on our outside. He is going to go around our outside of turn 1. We have to defend very nicely if we want to keep this position. We go for the switchback here, but he goes off track because he hit the curb too much. That gains him momentum because he had a little bit more road to run on, and that is not ideal for us. We lose the position to Gamma, and now the rain is here. So we need to box for sure at the end of this lap, because it's gonna rain harder and harder throughout this lap. And we just need to stick with Gamma for now to maybe gain the place after the pit stop phase. As you can see here, end of lap 8. And we are gonna box for the intermediates. We follow Gamma, as you can see there, very close to the pit entry. And we follow him for the inter compound. I think Wizzyboy and Sip didn't box, and as well as Wargot or some others that didn't box, so they are not very ideal situation, because they have to do another lap on the mediums now, and we can just chill on the inters, as it will get wetter and wetter on this lap. So we need to get ready for that and just try and find the grip on this lap, because it's getting wetter and wetter. The grip changes throughout the lap, and it's going to be very difficult to adjust through that grip. We already lose a little bit on pit exit because I didn't know how much throttle I had to put on, and that's not very ideal to our race. As you can see here, end of lap 9, the track is soaked, and we are definitely on the right tires now, down in P8, but a lot of people boxing. Almost everyone except Sip in P1 at the moment, as he didn't box this lap, but Wizzyboy crucially comes out ahead of us. He's on fresher tires than me and Gamma, and he comes out far ahead of us, a second, and the undercut didn't quite work at that stage, because we need to overtake Gamma now, and then after that also overtake Wizzyboy, who is on better tires than us. We have 9 laps to go, and he's on 2 lap better tires. As you can see here, Wizzyboy straight drove away. Sip boxed, and he just straight up drove away, and I couldn't overtake him without a DRS. It's so just hard to overtake on someone, and this is ideal. The safety car comes out, but Wizzyboy is in the pit entry as well, but he decided to not box. So we box together with Gamma for a new set of inters that's gonna gain us a lot of grip throughout the last few laps of this race. There will probably be only 4 more laps after this safety car comes in the pit lane. As you can see here, lap 15, the restart is on lap 16. P1 goes there for the restart, and we need to overtake 4 cars now to get this race win. And can we do that? Already Wargot in trouble as Gamma gets the better exit there. Side by side they go into turn 1 and we are just too far back for now. And we get stuck on the apex there as we get a lag spike, so that helps us a little bit there. As Wargot goes wide of turn 1, we go around the outside of turn 3 I think it is. And we move up to P4, but now already Gamma overtaking Toxic James through here. We are almost a second behind already, so that's not very ideal. We're stuck behind here and he has just so much less grip. Just catching them at the wrong moments here. Just being stuck exactly on apex, losing a lot of time. We have to spend a lot of battery here to make a move down the inside here. Can break a little bit later, but he's still on our outside as well, so we go around the outside, can put in earlier throttle, and we move up to P3. Only Wizzy Boy is up next, but of course Gamap and Wizzy Boy are teammates, so they are not gonna make it easy for us, as Gamap overtakes Wizzy Boy as he lets him through, and I just catch up so much through this long right-hander. As you can see there, I gained almost 5 tenths I think, only through that right-hander. The new inters are working very nicely. I'm right at the back here of Wizzy Boy. We're gonna go for the inside here, around the next corner, and he's not gonna make us that easily because he is the inside on this corner, so we have to leave in space. We lose a lot of time here to Gamap, and the gap is 2 seconds on that exit. Can we close that with only 3 more laps to go? It will be very hard to close that gap because we're on the same comfort of tires. And as you can see here, going into the final couple of corners in the final lap, we didn't catch him. I think the gap was closest to 1.3 seconds, but yeah, a mistake is very easily made and the gap got back up to 2 seconds, so that's P2 again. And we have gotten 3 P2s in 1 weekend. In quali we finished P2, sprint P2 and the race P2. But yeah, that was the race. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys for the next video. It's gonna come Wednesday again. I will see you all next time. Ciao.